All right, everybody, we are live. Hello, hello, hello. So, crazy thing today. I had a meeting this morning. It was like a Zoom call thing, so I had to get all like pretty and in makeup and everything for this earlier thing. And so I thought that the live stream was an hour earlier than it was. And so I was all ready to go, and then I was like, "Oh, I have a whole extra hour," and so I got busy doing other things, and now suddenly I'm like, "Oh shoot! Now it's the it's the live stream." So my time and schedule is all crazy messed up. So welcome. I see a bunch of you are hopping on. So delighted to have you with us today. So we got our internet bandwidth like doubled this morning because we've been having so many technical issues, and so we got it. So the guy was out here, he doubled it, but Joel tells me that there's still more stuff they need to do. I don't understand these things, guys. You hear me say this over and over, like all I know is the certification test. That's all I know. All I know is QuickBooks Online and the certification test. I am not an expert in anything else. So like all of the internet stuff and what's been causing all of our technical issues and problems and stuff, guys, I have no idea. So we got our internet. Margie understands these things better than I do. Just saying. That is not saying a lot. That's not a. Oh, I don't know if that's a thing we want to be advertising. Advertising, Joel. So So I think part of the problem might be the fact that I am using Google Chrome for sharing stuff. And, like I always have, when I'm doing a desktop thing, I always have several Google Chrome tabs up. So I think that might be the problem. And so I was thinking of switching over to Brave. If you guys don't know about Brave, it is, and it's just like it sounds, Brave. Brave is another browser, so just like, back in the day we had Outlook, and now we have Google Chrome. And if you're on a Mac, you're using Safari mostly. And I guess you PC people, there's a thing called Edge, that Microsoft is just another browser, and it's called Brave, and it's independent, I guess. I don't know. I can't remember how I came across it, but I use Brave for everything in the sample company, except for when I'm on with you guys. But like when I'm like doing my work and when I'm building exercises for you guys and all of that stuff, I always use Brave. And the reason that I use Brave is because if something happens, if like it drops a cookie and things are like I need to delete and wipe everything out, I don't like to do that on Safari and Chrome, because then I lose everything. I lose all of my like quick links, and I lose the history of that I've been there, and then it remembers, and I don't have to keep typing type things again. So I use Brave exclusively. That way I can always just wipe it out and start over if I need to. And one nice thing about Brave is that they accept all Google Chrome extensions. So any extension that is made for Chrome will also work on Brave. And so we're trying out, we're gonna talk through again. Hopefully if we don't get kicked out like we did last time, we're gonna go over one of our new exercises, which has these really cool features if you're using the extension. So I was going to do that today, but guess what? I I only have the extension loaded on Chrome. I didn't think, and so I didn't load it on Brave. So we're going to have to muddle through Google Chrome again today and see how it works. So, all right. So anyway, that's where we are. Now, because if you missed it, I had a little timing snafu this morning. I thought that the call was an hour earlier than it was. And then when I had an extra hour, I was like, oh, I have an extra hour. I can get work done. And then I totally spaced. And so I ran into the studio and I'm like, oh, I have to get all of this set up. So I am not set up like with my little speech here. And I also don't have the exercise that we are working on today. Let me see. Here is the exercise from last week. If I go back to, how do I pull up my, nope, okay, that's not it. So I have the exercise that we were going to work on last week. You know, there should be a link that says like more from this author. And there isn't. Okay. And I don't have, how am I going to get this link, guys? Let's see. Let's see, hold on. You guys all sent it. Oh, I sent it in the email. Maybe I can pull it up from the email. By the way, I had a ton of people, not a ton, a handful of people reach out and say that they did not get the email. So I try every Thursday to send out the agenda for the call today. Sometimes I don't send it until Friday morning, and occasionally I forget and don't send it at all. But I try to send out the agenda every on Thursday, like before this call, so you know what's going on, you know what to expect. If there's any prep work, sometimes there has to be prep work, and so I try to do that. And I had a couple of people tell me that they had not gotten the email. So if you joined the locker room, which if you're on this call live, that means you joined the locker room, because I'll do my little speech intro again for those of you who are watching the recording. I'll do that shortly here, but if you're on this call live, that means you're in the locker room. And when you joined the locker room, you gave us your email address. And this is why we needed your email address, so that I can send you the agenda, which goes out on Thursdays usually, and the newsletter, which goes out on Fridays. And so if you gave us a bad email address, or if you unsubscribed, opted out, whatever, then you're not going to get the email from us. So if that is you, if for some reason you are not getting the agenda email, then, here's Sarah Jamie saying the same thing. I could not find the exercise or agenda in my email or spam file. Okay. And yes, Jamie, Joel just shared the link, which I can't access the link. That's like this weird thing on the live stream software is I can read the chat, but I can't actually access the chat. So I don't know. It's a weird thing. Anyway, so people are saying, oh, I didn't get the email. Well, check your spam, if you're on Gmail, check your promotions folder, all of that stuff. If you are genuinely not getting it, email support at fastandeasyqbo.com, and Joel will look into your account and we'll see it says in your account if it's not being, why it's not being delivered, like if you opted out or unsubscribed, or if we've got a bad email address and it's bouncing, then we can do that. So if you're not getting the emails, then emails after you check your spam and promotions and all that. And then check. Okay. So I'm almost there. I'm now going to, okay, it says the title of the agenda email says prep for Friday's workout. And then it has in parentheses live stream, because, if you're new and you're not, if you're not in on the whole gym theme we have going on, our workouts, we call our live streams workouts. So, okay. Yes. Why can't I? Oh my gosh, you're kidding me. Oh, there we go. I can highlight it there. When I look at in the email system, it has the preview. Oh, yay! I did it. Okay. It has the preview of the email, but I can't actually edit the email to actually click on the link. All these technology issues, guys. Oh my gosh. Okay. All right. So here we go. I think we're all set and ready to go. Okay. All right. So before we start doing our hands-on stuff, I wanted to talk about two important things, and that is the deadline. Okay. So the deadline is coming up October 31st. It is weird to me. It is crazy weird to me. And I check every day, I check to see if there is an announcement from Intuit about the shutdown. Okay. So typically what they do every year on October 31st is they stop. That is the last day for the current version of the certification test. Okay. So October 31st, that's your last day to take the test, the current version of the basic and advanced. Now, payroll is new, so who knows? I don't know what they're doing with payroll. Last year, they did shut down and re-release payroll, but on a different schedule, not the October 31st schedule. So I don't know what they're doing with payroll. But typically, basic and advanced, it's October 31st is your last day to take that version of the test. And then a couple days later or a week later, who knows with Intuit, right? Is they will release a new version of the test. And the new version of the test will have new content. It'll have new stuff that you're supposed to learn. This year we just learned about, they added a new feature for expense claims. Okay. So maybe I'm guessing that in the new version of and I think that's advanced, and the advanced test, there's going to be a whole section on expense claims that wasn't on the test last year. Okay. So they're going to have a new test with new content. Okay. And they'll release that whenever they release that. It could be November 1st. I've seen it as, I think one year it was November 12th. We were all like, what's going on? What's going on? Okay. So who knows when, but sometime early in November, they'll release the new test. Okay. Now, what's going to happen? They'll release the new test. I don't work for Intuit. I don't get advanced warning of the test. I'm not in the loop. I learn these things at the same time you do. Okay. So when we get our hands on the new test and the material, I am going to study. You've heard me say I study until my eyes bleed, and I'm very grumpy, and I don't get out of my pajamas, and I eat pizza and Chinese food, and I study, and then I rebuild our entire Fast and Easy QBO curriculum. Okay. And then our goal is to have the basic test to you by December 1st, or not the test, the basic course to you by December 1st, and the advanced course to you by January 1st. That's our goal. We always hope that we're going to be able to do it before then. Okay. So So that's our goal for the re-release, the relaunch of our new programs. Now, if you pass the test by October 31st, okay, then you will have to recertify in the spring of 2024. You'll have to recertify by June 30th. They open up certification April sometime. And then that by June 30th, you have to recertify. Okay, why? Because there's new material. Because they want you to know that there's, like the new stuff that's coming out. So this recertification test is just a mini version. It only covers the new stuff. And you don't have to retake the entire test. You just have to learn and test on the new stuff. So it's much shorter, much easier. We do have a fast and easy QBO version. You had the opportunity when you very first purchased our courses, you had the opportunity to add to your course, or to your cart, I guess. You had the opportunity to add a recertification subscription. Okay, so if you have the recertification subscription, then you're always going to get the recertification course. You'll be able to go through it fast and easy. I think one year, it took 20 minutes. Our course took 20 minutes for you to get recertified. I don't remember what year that was. It was certainly just basic. And our recertification is for both basic and advanced. Okay, so you only have to purchase it once. And even if you move up and you get advanced, you just still have the same recertification from us. Okay. If you missed that opportunity, when you purchased your Fast and Easy QBO course, you did not add that to your course or add that to your cart, no worries. Come spring, you can just add it then. Okay, so you can just buy it then and then do it. All right, now, if you do not pass, that's everything I've just talked about, is if you pass the test by October 31st. Okay, if you do not pass the test by October 31st, okay, if you don't pass, then you will have to retake the entire new test. Okay, so normally if you take the test and you fail, you only have to take the sections that you fail. Okay, so let's say there's 5 sections and section 2 just really got you, and so you typically only have to take section 2. Okay, well, after November 1st, it's a brand new test, and so you have to take the whole thing, not just section 2. Okay, so that's one thing. If you still don't make the deadline, you studied, or something happened, you didn't have time to finish studying or whatever, and you own a Fast and Easy QBO course, you do not have to purchase it again. Okay, you do not have to purchase the new version. You automatically get our new version when the time comes. Okay, so when we release the new version, everybody who has ever purchased our course gets the new version. Okay, so that our customer support desk has been flooded with that particular question, and I tried to answer it been trying to answer it in the newsletter the last couple days, or the last couple weeks. But I just want to, while I have you, I want to hammer that in. You do not have to purchase it again. Okay, if you go through the new material. Okay, so you're going through the new material for this coming season, then you do not have to recertify until the following year. Okay, so anyone who passed before October 31st, you have to recertify spring of 2024. If you pass the test November 2nd, you don't have to recertify until spring of 2025. Okay, why? Because you already studied the new material, because your test incorporated all of the new material. Okay, all right, So that's it about like end of season stuff. Hopefully, I'm seeing thank you for the reminders. Somebody asked a question every time or just initially. I don't know what you're talking about, Lucy, but I think, I think you're just talking about the eCam thing. Okay. So, okay. Okay. All right. So I think we've covered that. The other thing that, that I want to mention. Okay. So as you know, or you should know, I don't know, maybe you're new here. We are super, super, super duper excited. In fact, I still have my prop right here. You may have seen my ads. Did you see my ads with the little picture? I had this cute idea. Isn't this a cute little dustpan and broom? It's so tiny. Anyway, so we are super excited to be partnering with Corey Jankowski and to release a Fast and Easy QBO cleanup course. And that is coming in January, and you can join the waitlist right now. The waitlist will entitle you to early release discounts. So it'll only people who are so you'll get discounts, and we're also going to be picking a handful of people to be beta testers. So we're going to be sending, if you're on the wait list, then you will get an email here in the next couple of days for a survey, because we are handpicking some people to be the beta testers for the cleanup, so that you can go through and provide feedback and, what's confusing, what would be helpful, all of that stuff. So Joel, if you could put that in the chat, www.fastandeasyqbo.com/cleanup. That would be awesome. So people can join the wait list. But here's the thing that we realized yesterday. So, Joel, can you put that in? It's or somebody else can type in www.fastandeasyqbo.com. Oh, there it is. /cleanup. Okay. So here's the thing that we realized. We were looking at the curriculum yesterday, and we realized that that you really, in order to do the cleanup course, you really have to be advanced certified. You really have to know, like, this is an advanced course. This is after you've already gone through, because there's so many things that you learn in advanced that you have to know in order to do a good, thorough cleanup. Like, you really have to know QBO, and that's where, the basic level certification is just that. It's a basic level certification. So anyway, so if you are not advanced certified, get on that. And you want to do the cleanup, then get on that. So, yes. So Amy Lynn says she would love to be a beta tester. She's already on the wait list. Excellent. So if you're on the wait list, in the next couple of days, we're going to send you a form to fill out. It's basically an application, so we can kind of know like where you are and all of that stuff. And then we'll pick the beta test users from that. All right. Excellent. Seeing people get advanced certified. Excellent. So if you're on the wait list, you'll get an email. Yet another reason to make sure you're getting our emails. You'll get an email with the link to like the application /survey type thing in the next couple of days. Okay. I'm half an hour into today's call, and I haven't even done my intro. I have not done my intro. So if you are watching this replay on YouTube, then I don't know. I don't know what to tell you. But anyway, welcome to our weekly live stream. I'm Margie Remmers-Davis, creator of the fast and easy way to QuickBooks Online Pro Advisor certification. And this is our weekly live stream, which we hold every Friday at 11 a.m. Eastern inside our Facebook group. The Facebook group is called the QBO Gym Locker Room. You are welcome to, we would love to have you join us. I'm going to share my screen so you can see what it looks like. So you can see here a little bit what it looks like. Inside the locker room, you have access to nearly 100 free exercises to get hands-on practice using QuickBooks Online. You'll be able to participate in and follow along in our weekly live streams, which we're doing here right now. We haven't done any votes on where you need more practice, but eventually, once we've got these big things happening, then, like out of the way, these big announcements, we'll eventually start doing votes. But inside, look how it's slowing down already. Can you guys see how it is slowing down? Pamela says, would beta testing be in December? And yes, it would. So I think, I don't know, she might be needing some, I don't know, is Corey on the call? I don't know if Corey's on with us right now. But Corey, if you are, let us know what the timeline is. Anyway, so notice how I'm slowing down here, and I just have like this because I think it's because I'm sharing Google Chrome. So I don't know. I have to figure out how to log into Facebook from Brave. Anyway, so inside the QBO Gym Locker Room, there is, look, our featured section is back. I guess that was just like a weird thing that happened. Okay, so inside there is a welcome post that says welcome to the locker room. And in this post, there is a link to the spreadsheet where we have all of our exercises. So I'm going to close that because I want to use the least amount of Chrome as possible. And so anyway, so here is our spreadsheet. You'll notice that there are different tabs down at the bottom. And these are, so getting started, these are just some very simple basic exercises that you can do. Then we have basic, so these come from the basic level certification course. And so you can see here's all the links are over here. We have YouTube videos available for some of them. Advanced, I'll talk about QBO Gym in a minute. Then we have Pro Advisor challenges. These are the ones that are actually inside your QBOA account, your accountant account. If you don't know what I'm talking about, you're watching the replay, of course, the links to all of this is below, the whole spiel. But these are from Intuit, but we are transforming them into our signature style. And so that's what those are. And then retired miscellaneous special request. These are the ones that when people ask for, they get added onto my to-do list. And these are exercises that were formerly in our courses, but Intuit's no longer testing on them. And so we said, hey, we'll just put them out there. And then if you want it, you can use it. But anyway, and then we have the QBO Gym. All of the exercises that I have shown you so far are free. They're absolutely free. You can join the locker room, which is our Facebook group, and access all of the free exercises. The gym, however, is our paid subscription where you can get additional exercises delivered to your inbox. That's not really how it works. You actually have to log in, but it sounds cool to say delivered to your inbox. Every month you get a set of exercises, and it simulates life as a bookkeeper. So whereas the other exercises are specific to like topics that you're learning for the certification, the gym is designed to give you the experience of actually working in a business, like having a client. Craig is our fictitious business owner, and you walk into his office, you process the money, you do tasks, you send invoices and receive payments. Every month there is a focus set of exercises, so you get a deep dive on a particular skill or a particular feature of QuickBooks Online, and then every month you reconcile bank accounts and run reports. And I love Lavon. Thank you so much. She says the gym is my absolute favorite. So anyway, so that is the QBO gym. Now we are in the process of transitioning our exercises from I'll just say to a different format. And so I am still like playing around with this tool because the plan is to implement it in the relaunch of the new courses. But we are going to do this also for the December issue of the gym. So kind of like December, and when our new courses launch, we're going to have this new format. And the new format has some pretty nifty tools. And so that's what I wanted to show you today. I tried to show it last week, but my computer crapped out, and so we'll see. I think Google Chrome is to blame. Because we have double the network speed. Like as of this morning, we have double the network speed, and I can see on my little monitor here that there's still a delay. So, all right, so I'm going to close this. And then now, this is the actual exercise that we are going to be working on. Joel already put it in the chat. Joel, maybe you could put it in the chat again so people have it right there. But then it was also emailed to you as in the agenda that I sent. When did I send it? Last night. Okay, so when I sent the agenda last night, those of you who got it had this link in it. This particular exercise comes from the advanced level course, okay? I don't know if you care, but that's this A right here. That's what that means. It comes from the advanced level course, okay? And we give away our exercises that come from the courses. We give those exercises away for free. So that's why it was in the email that I sent last night. If we were to be going over an exercise in the gym, then you would only get it if you attend live. That's the only way for you to get. I mean, you either have to have a subscription, which you can get easily. You can even get a free 7-day trial, and to check it out for yourself. But if you, for some reason, don't want to sign up for the gym, you just want one-off, some of those secret exercises, the way to do that is to be here live. Okay. All right. So this is what our new exercise. Oh, and the reason that I picked this particular exercise is that it comes from, you have to use the QBO advanced subscription sample company. So actually, let me take myself off so I can talk to you about this. Okay. So this is important. Okay. So Intuit actually provides 3 sample companies. A lot of people don't know this. So there's 3 different sample companies that Intuit that provides for us. Okay. The first sample company that most of us are used to using is the one inside our free QBOA account. Okay. So you go to Gear Icon and you log into your QBOA. You go to Gear Icon, select Sample Company, okay? By doing that, the sample company that it loads is it's a QBO Plus subscription level company, and you have accountant tools to be able to work on this company. So there are certain things that you as an accountant can do that you can't do, that the client can't do, okay? So when you load the sample company, that's Gear Icon Sample Company, when you load that one, that's the accountant version. So you have your accountant tools, okay? But there are 2 other sample companies that you can access just from a link that Intuit publishes. Okay, you can access a QBO Plus subscription, and you can access a QBO Advanced subscription. Okay. In order to get your advanced certification, don't get confused. These two, they use the word advanced for two different things. Okay, so there's QBO Advanced subscription level, and then there's Advanced Pro Advisor certification. Okay, that word advanced is used in two different ways. But part of the advanced certification, is to learn the tools that are specific to the QBO Advanced subscription level. Okay, so that's actually section 5 of the advanced certification test, the current version that's going to expire October 31st. That is, so you have to learn, and the only way to access it is through this external link. Now, I'm going to go back to the exercise. Okay, so I have, notice here it says, this exercise must be completed in the QBO Advanced test drive. Okay, so, and I've given you the link right here so that you can load it. Okay, and then if you just Google QBO test drive, and let me see if if you just Google QBO test drive, you'll come to this this document, and then here's the two test drives. So you can, this is the QBO Plus, and this one is the QBO Advanced. And by the way, I just showed you a nifty little thing you can do on our new exercise. Is you have this new exercise format as you have these pluses and minuses. Okay, so the little yellow circle, not my big yellow circle, but this little yellow circle, that shows you where to click, okay, on these different things. Okay, so then the other cool thing that I wanted to show you, and this is what I tried to show you last week, is if on the very first step, okay, so this is step 1, okay, on the very first step, if I hover over this corner and I have the extension, so the Chrome extension that we're using, which also works in Brave, is called Scribe. So if you look for Chrome, go to the Chrome store, search for Chrome, it's like Chrome AI documentation or something like that, and you install it. And I showed you guys this last week a little bit. You'll have this little red thing. I don't know if you can, how can I make that bigger? Let's see. Can I make that bigger for you guys? Oh, I don't think it's making this little part bigger. But anyway, that little red button, that is the Scribe plugin. And the Scribe, if you have that plugin installed, then when you are on this very first step 1, there is a little button that says Guide Me. And watch this. This is so cool. I hope it works and I don't run out of, memory and bandwidth and all that stuff. Okay. So it actually pulled up the page. Oh, it's still thinking. It pulled up the page where I need to click. I'm going to move this. So this is it's still working on it because, yeah. I don't know. The internet guy's coming next week, and I'm also going to switch to Brave for these demos. But look, can you see that? Why can't you see the whole thing? I can see it on my screen. I don't know why you can't see it. Here is the actual exercise. These buttons move it over left or right. So I'm going to move it over to the right. Okay, there we go. Create a custom performance, and it's telling me I have to click on here. Okay, so I'm going to click there. You will have to prove that you're not a robot. You guys, I didn't put this in the instructions. I figured that you guys know when this kind of thing pops up. I promise it won't be this slow when you're doing it. I promise it's just because it's because of the live stream, maybe because it's Google Chrome on the live stream, and so I'm going to switch to Brave next week, but it's really not this slow in real life. Okay, so you're going to click that. It's going to open the QBO Advanced. Okay, anytime now. Ilma is saying, is this the same on an Apple Mac Air? Yes, it is. Yeah, because it's browser specific, not computer specific. So, but you do, if you're using Mac, I'm totally a Mac girl, and I almost exclusively use Safari on the Mac. And so you have to specifically download Google Chrome or Brave. You can use Brave on your Mac, and it'll do that. Okay, so here's the cool thing. It's finally showing. It's finally coming up. Is that you are in, look how we are in the sample company and in the exercise at the same time. This is pretty cool. So Levon says, I'm doing along with you, which is excellent. That's the whole point of these live streams is to be following along. So you're doing it. I'm all about hands-on exercises. So thank you, Levon, for actually doing that. And she says, and you are correct, it's faster. So this problem is just me. Okay. So here we are. We have the exercise pulled up. And you can see that you can see each of the instructions and where to click in the same place as the sample company. So I think that is super cool. You can use these buttons to go left and right. And you can use this if you need to shrink it down. And you can use this if you want to just have it be like we always have had it, which is two different windows. Okay, so we're going to go through this exercise, but I am going to, so here's the full exercise. Oh, one more thing I wanted to show you is, so it says guide me on the very first step. On the steps after that, it doesn't say guide me. It just has a, like a little thing. Okay, little icon here, but it's the same thing. If you want it to be combined, if you want the sample exercise and the exercise combined on the same screen, then you can do that, but only if you have the extension loaded. So here's what I'm going to do is I'm going to copy this link for the exercise. I'm going to close Chrome because I think it's giving us grief. And I'm going to load Brave. Okay. Now I'm in Brave and I haven't loaded the extension. So I don't have that little red thing up here. And when I hover over, nothing is there, right? It's not there because I don't have the extension loaded. Okay. So we're just going to do it like we usually do it on these calls, which is to just go back and forth. Okay. So I'm in Brave now. I'm in a new session. So now I'm going to have to prove again that I'm not a robot. So I saw a YouTube video the other day of that there's this tool where you can record your voice. And you record yourself talking for like 10 minutes. And I don't know if they give you a script or whether you're just expected to talk for 10 minutes or what it is. But then once you have trained it on your talk, the way you talk and the way you have your mannerisms and stuff, you can feed it a script, and it will read it, and it will sound just like you. So the woman who was doing the YouTube video, she like played it and, played the, she put in some type and then she played it, and she's like, it's uncanny how much it sounds like me and my voice inflections and all of that stuff. So so that's pretty cool, but like all AI stuff, it's kind of dangerous, because then, you can use somebody's voice to convince somebody that it's not you. Okay, let's do this exercise and learn about the Performance Center, which is only available in QBO Advanced subscription level. And basically what the Performance Center is an opportunity for you to visualize data. So you take the reports or you build reports, and you can see in charts and graphs what the information looks like. So let's read this scenario. In this new format, it's clear up here. Scenario: Craig would like to compare the amount of design work he has done for his top 3 customers in the last 12 months. John Melton, Dylan Solfrank, and Wisecop Consulting. How would you set this up? Okay, so we have to be in Advanced. Okay, and then in Advanced, we are going to hover over Reports and click Performance Center. I have frequently complained about the fact that reports, if you're not in QBO Advanced, and on the left nav bar, you only have reports. And that's the only option. It's not a drop down like this. And I never understood why it can't say, customized reports, customized reports, management reports, which are the 3 tabs once you go inside reports. But I guess this is why. It's because they need this for the Performance Center. Okay, so we're going to load the Performance Center. All right, so that's what it looks like. All right, so we're going to go to, so we did this, step 2. Now it's going to ask for the, where'd it go? Okay, it's going to ask for the industry comparison, Now, this is for benchmarking. Okay, so one of those super cool things that because QuickBooks Online is online and in the cloud, it can compare your business, well, not yours, but Craig's, it can compare Craig's business to other like businesses in QuickBooks Online. And, obviously not with, the name, so you don't see the name, but you can see, what their revenue is and how, what their expenses are, like on average, like that kind of thing. You can only do that because it's in the cloud. So I think that's like pretty darn cool. So, but in order to do that, you have to specify your industry. And that's what this is for, even though the particular report that we are creating is not related to the industry. Now, when I did this the other day, it gave me an error message. So we're going to try and see if it'll work here. Okay, so we're going to type in landscaping and select landscaping services. And then we're going to hit save. We'll see if it'll let me do it. If not, I have how to handle the error message in the exercise. Oh, it worked this time. Okay. Okay, so type landscaping. This is what we just did. Click save. That's what we just did. Now, if you get an error, which is what I did when I was first creating this exercise, you have to change this industry in the accountant settings. But it's easy to do. And the steps here guide you right to it, and it comes right back to once you click done, it comes right back to the Performance Center. So you're good to go here. Okay, so this is where we are right here. You know what would be super helpful, guys, is if, it would be super helpful if you could tell me if you're not getting the error message. So like just now, I didn't get the error message. If the error message has gone away and I can eliminate those steps from the exercise, that would be nice. So if it's working for you without the error, let me know. Another cool thing about using the extension, actually, I think you don't have to have the extension. Yeah, there is a little feedback thing right here. So you do have to have an account though. So if you want to comment on an exercise, you do have to have a Scribe account. So most of you are saying you did not get the error message. So maybe I will take that out of the exercise. But anyway, you do have to create an account, but then you can send feedback on the exercise. We're still debating whether to use our existing feedback form or to just have this. I feel like our existing feedback form is a little better because it's more prominent. Like I can put it as a step, whereas you might not even know that this is over here. Plus, you have to have an account, whereas our feedback form doesn't require an account. So I don't know. We haven't decided that. We have to decide soon because we're working on the new issue. Anyway, here's the Performance Center. You can see visual representation of all of these things: accounts receivable, accounts payable, expenses. I mean, these are the ones that are built already in there, and you can play around with that. But what we're doing now is we're going to add a new chart. Okay. So the first thing you're selecting is the metric you want to display. Craig is looking at sales, so you'll select revenue. Okay, so we're going to click revenue right there. So it sounds like most of you did not get the error message. That's good. Maybe I'll just take that out then. So you have to click revenue, and then you'll sit there and wait and go, why isn't it working? And then you'll notice that you have to actually scroll all the way down to the bottom and click continue, which is annoying. Thank you. Okay, it is in the steps though, but you may think that you haven't actually done it. All right, click the name field. Okay, so we're going to give our chart a name, and I forgot what we're naming it. Type top design revenue. Oops. Where'd it go? There it is. Top design. Let's see if I can. Oh, I can't copy that. Interesting. Oh, there it goes. Okay. Interesting. Those of you who've been around for a while will remember that we used to not be able to copy from the exercise, and then we fixed it so you could, and I always get super excited when I can do that because I don't want to have to type. Okay? All right. So it looks like you can. I don't know. I clicked around to get to it. Okay, click the time period drop down, and then we're going to select the last 12 months. Okay. And then we're going to go to last 12 months. Remember, that was in our scenario. He wanted to know the last 12 months. Okay, now, the group by section. For those of you studying for the advanced test, this is the important thing that you need to know about the Performance Center. This is why I make you actually do an exercise to get it in your brain. The group by section is the items you are comparing. Okay, so what are we comparing in our scenario? We're comparing the customers to each other. Okay, Craig is comparing his top 3 customers. In other situations, you may want to group by or compare employees, items, income, customers, or if they have been set up, locations. Okay, so that's what the group by is. Now you'll notice that there is a new compare. This is a new thing, compare. But on the test, when they're asking you, you have to think through, you have to be able to use the report to compare, and they want to know, like, what are you doing? Like, what are you selecting so that you can see? And the answer is group by. You have to understand that that's what group by is. It's the things that you want to see next to each other. Okay. All right. So we are doing customers, but are we doing all of the customers? Do we want to see all of the customers next to each other? No, we only want to see the top 3. So let's go back to our exercise. Here we go. We're clicking customers. Remember the scenario. We don't want to compare all the customers, just the top 3 customers. Okay. So we're going to do this for John Melton, Dylan Solfrank, and Weiskopf. Okay. So we're going to go here, select from multiple. There's Dylan Solfrank. I think I'm doing this out of order. Okay, and here's John Melton. Are you guys seeing this? Yeah, okay. John Melton. And Weiskopf is at the very bottom. Oh, I had this problem yesterday. There we go. If I scroll this is annoying. Thank you. Oh no, now I lost my... Oh, filter by customer. What? No, I clicked the wrong thing. There we go. So there it is. Okay, so now I've got my top 3 customers. Okay, next. Okay, so now that's what we're putting next to each other. Okay, so now Craig only wants to look at the design work he's done for these 3 customers, not all of the work. Okay, so now we're going to add a filter, and I always have to give a speech about filters because they can be confusing. Filters, anytime that you want to look at just a piece of the whole, okay? You want to look at just a piece of the whole, then that's when you use a filter. That's what a filter is for, okay? So what piece of the whole are we looking at? In the case of all of his work, we're just looking at the design work, okay? So that's why we are using the filter, okay? So what are we filtering it? We're filtering it by the items. So this is going to be the products and services. Okay. And then we're going to select design. That's the one. Okay. So it's just the design work for these 3 customers over the last 12 months. Okay. So now here's our exercise. We've done that. We've done this. We've filtered. Okay. Okay, click the drop down, click design, that's what we did. Uh-oh, why don't I have the rest of my exercise? Oh my gosh, look, it's all empty. What the heck, man? Okay, well, hopefully you guys can see it on when you have it up from your own link. So the next thing we're going to do is I don't really like the way this looks. I think it's a much better thing to look at the vertical bars. So we're going to click vertical bars. And ta-da, that's what we're doing. Okay, so here's over the last 12 months, here's how much design work I've done for Dylan. Here's how much design work I've done for John. And here's how much design work I've done for Weiskopf Consulting. Compare is new, so I'm sure that that's a date range. I haven't actually looked at it or play with it. Yeah, so this is based on the period. So if you wanted to look at 2 different periods, you could. But that's not part of the exercise. Okay, so this is what. And then if we wanted to save this so we don't have to recreate it every time, we can add it to the dashboard. Okay, and oh, good, now it's showing. Okay, so we added it to the dashboard, and that's it. Now I have the option, some of you guys saw this with the last exercise that we did, the new format. I have the option to add a button here that says, tell Margie that you completed it. I'm on the fence about whether I want to add that button, because if you're doing this exercise just as a one-off, just because you want to learn, then yeah, I would love to know you did it. But if you're doing it as part of the course, so if you're taking the advanced certification course, or if this was one of the exercises from the gym, you actually have to check off inside the gym, or inside the course that you did it. And so I don't know if I want to make you do it twice. And I don't know if I want to look, at the results, see it twice. So I don't know. Anyway, that's it, guys. We made it. We made it. So next week, I'm glad to hear that you guys didn't have an error. And hopefully you guys are enjoying this new format. I love feedback. I always want to hear feedback. So next Tuesday is Halloween. It's also October 31st, which means it's the last day of the current certification season. I told you that I'm going to study until my eyes bleed. So what's going to happen on Friday, a week from today, when it is, November 3rd? I don't know. Will I be studying? Will I still be able to do a live stream? I may just hop on. Our live streams during the next 2 months might just be me hopping on and telling you new stuff that I've learned, or showing you, stuff. I always like to do what I call a first look at the new material, and I do a little rundown of what's new this year, that I've noticed just at a first glance, because that's the first thing I'm going to do is do a first glance, and I'll say, oh, this is missing. They don't have to learn this year, or oh, this is totally new. So I'll do a first look. That might be our live stream. I don't know if I'm going to have the bandwidth. Remember I said I don't get out of my pajamas and I eat Chinese food and pizza for 2 months? So I don't know. I don't know what's going to happen with the live stream, but I will keep you posted. I will keep you posted in the group, and I will post in the email. So make sure that you are getting our emails. Thank you, Nancy says, I really like the new exercise format. Suzanne says, Scribe works well. I like being able to move it left or right of the screen so I can get the various buttons. Yeah, so yeah, I'm 99. I have been saying, I think last week I said I was 99.9% sure we were switching to this new format. I think now I'm at 99.99999. At this point, I'm having a hard time imagining going back to our old format. So we'll see. All right. Jamie says, thank you, Margie, for the info and for all the encouragement you give. Woohoo! Eat, sleep, study, repeat in jammies. Yep. That's pretty much my life for the next 2 months. So we will see. I will keep you posted, as you know how to get a hold of us. Support at fastandeasyqbo.com if anything comes up. Hopefully we've answered all of your questions, and I will see you in the new season. Monday we'll have Mindset Monday. On Monday it'll still be October, so that will be our last hoopla in the current season. All right, you guys have a great day. Have a fabulous weekend, and I will see you next time.